when the power got before the campfire and the power got turned off and we were talking about it and people that their power had been off, it's so strange to me now because I was so like mad and really felt for those people and just everything we already mentioned. Is there someone with medical needs that's not being met now because their power's off? The food's spoiling. Food is not cheap. That, most people, you're on a budget, you buy your food. If it goes bad, you don't have extra handy to go get more. All those things we talked about. And while all of that is still valid, as you were pointing that out, it honestly sounded like nothing to have to go through for a few days compared to this right now. Because this isn't a few days of being inconvenienced. This is months and months of being your life altering. A town is lost. Jobs are lost because the town is lost. Generations of homes gone. You didn't just lose your home. You lost where you lived, your town, your place, and this ongoing. I mean, most people don't have the kind of dough to just pick up and, we'll just get another place while we're waiting for the other one to rebuild. So to hear a few days being inconvenienced over electricity being turned off, and those are all valid things that also obviously are hard on people. It just doesn't compare anymore after this that happened. And
as a result of this, we're going to have more and more and more power outages and shutoffs. And at some point, we're going to lose that perspective, and maybe appropriately so. And whatever happened, Kevin, to force majeure? There used to be act of God type stuff. You were talking about PG&E. Okay, are they negligent because their power poles are falling over? Should they be? Brandon had an idea when we were talking about this last week and somebody wrote in, an engineer I think wrote in, or an electrician wrote in and said there are ways you can put like safety switches on them, which would cost tens of probably millions, if not billions of dollars. But can the argument be made that they have an obligation to be doing that as opposed to acts of God, which we used to not sue over acts of God, or we couldn't, and now I guess we can.
Yeah, I think that, you raise a good point, but acts of God aren't necessarily a faulty pole, right? Or a weak transmission line or something like that. Act of God is lightning, right? Or a tsunami, something like that.
The wind blowing over the power pole can't be considered an act of God?
It could, but here's what's going to happen. The first time that happens, somebody's going to look at the power pole, and they're going to find something wrong with it. Right, and you don't have to look hard. They will find something wrong. Then there's going to be a negligence claim.